Right, hello and welcome to the Vibing with Jallum podcast, episode 6. I'm joined by Dankcube. Dankcube, why don't you introduce yourself?
All right, hello. I did a podcast with somebody else the other day, and I did a terrible introduction. So hopefully I can do it better this time. All right, so I make YouTube videos. We can. What else do you want me to say? I'm not sure what else to say here.
Yeah, no, this sums it up, doesn't it, perfectly?
Yeah, I make YouTube videos. I don't know.
Very
That's about
interesting,
it,
very,
really.
very, very interesting YouTube videos with
Yeah,
your,
I
your prime bottle, making your own prime.
yeah. Well, that's probably the only interesting one, to be
Nah,
honest. The one.
you're starting to do more like discussions and stuff now, aren't you? With like Jake, I've not actually managed to watch it. That's kind of sacrilege considering I've got you on this, but you've done talking about like Tommy and Jake and stuff, haven't you? Like literally, that's the last one you uploaded, wasn't
I
it?
Yeah, I made a video talking about Tommy versus Jake Paul the other day, but I just feel like, I mean, the comments have been positive so far. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'm just cynical. Uh, I'll be honest. I'm not quite sure what that word means. It's like negative, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like hypercritical. I think that's basically what it
Yeah.
means.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know if I'm cynical, but I keep noticing comments that are like, I upload a video talking about Tommy versus Jake, and literally all the comments that I read is just like, all right, cool. When's the next Prim video?
Really?
Yeah, those are the ones that stand out. It's just
Yeah.
when are when are you in when are you in your kitchen again making
Some
some knockoff?
concoctions and potions,
I
whatever.
I literally get the weirdest requests, like fucking somebody asked me to make like Nike shoes the other day, which would be kind of
It
funny.
would be kind of. Have you seen those people making Nike shoes out of sushi? Have you seen?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've seen. Oh my, I can't say it obviously, but I saw somebody that made a knockoff. Well, I didn't see somebody make it, but somebody was wearing like a knockoff Nike, but instead of the N, it's K. I can't say it, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I guess you could say Kiki. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, before speaking of content, I'm gonna say this now. I don't think you even noticed it, but people might notice it. I don't do OnlyFans. That is a gift from my phone for other YouTube videos that I'm gonna do in the future. It's not OnlyFans. It's. I think that's what only people on OnlyFans use, isn't it? Like the circular
You know
tripod
what?
thing. Like,
I mean, to be fair, those are mostly used for like TikToks and stuff. I
yeah,
mean, here's the
maybe.
thing. You say I don't do OnlyFans. I don't know what OnlyFans videos look like. I just watch like I mean, people. Do you pay? People pay?
People pay for OnlyFans. Yeah, I know people that
That's
pay for OnlyFans. I'm like, why would you? There's literally like the hub for that. If you want to see some
that's
better, like,
Here's the thing. It's not even just the hub. There's like, I mean, there's like a lot.
there's a lot on the internet. Like we won't say it here because we were talking about it before, but I'm sure you can find some sort of like from what we were talking about before, those sort of websites.
There's a lot. We can have. Should we just continue with that? Should that just be the like
The absolute
50% of the podcast?
yeah, like, absolute just cursed stuff. I live for it. Like absolutely cursed stuff. I live for it, mate. But what do you like? What is your goal? Like, do you have a goal that you're like, this is what I want to be?
I want to leave. That is the weirdest way to pronounce that word. I just went southern for no reason. I want to leave. I want
Yeah.
to. I want to leave a positive imprint on the world.
Good impact, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like. It doesn't have to be massive. I could just like plant a tree like 2 hours before I die.
Mm.
That'll probably be enough. I don't want to do something like big. I couldn't be bothered.
No,
But just
just
anything really. I'll build a well
build a
somewhere,
well somewhere.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it doesn't I don't it just has to be positive, you know what I mean?
That's so horrible. What I just thought. It's just like your final legacy. Is, yeah, I'm gonna build this well. Some kid just falls in straight after you build it. It's like fuck. God's sake. No.
I mean, to be fair, that wouldn't be would that be my fault? I
Uh,
guess
I don't know really, because like you don't really have rails around the well, do you? Like it's your fault if you
I'd
didn't fill
I'd
it with
put
water and she fell in.
I'd put a ladder. I'd put a ladder.
A ladder inside, maybe. That's probably the best. It depends how
Yeah.
big your well is, though, doesn't it? Because it could be like a really small well, and you kind of like back against it, and you can kind of go. That would be really difficult. The ladder would probably be much easier, but Just just
No,
make
it's got.
just make sure there's plenty of water in the bottom of the well in case someone does just jump in.
Yeah, well, wells are very, very deep usually.
Yeah,
They're like very deep. Yeah. So like it's like 7. Is it 7 feet? I don't know.
it's
But
they
they're
could be
usually very.
they could be much deeper than that. Like depending on where you are and the
Yeah,
size
but
of
if
them.
you're a kid, you're not gonna be able to put your back again, like your
No, not a
back and
kid
legs
couldn't.
again.
No, but like a
It's not gonna happen.
this is a fully grown adult just jumping in for the shits and giggles. Like to be
Well, if you're
honest,
an adult and you fall into a well, then you fucking deserve. But
yeah,
how does that even happen?
I don't know. Like maybe like I don't know. Maybe you drop your phone in or something. You just dive in. Like maybe you drop. I don't know. You can drop anything. It's like, oh god, you, you never
You
know. It could
dive in
just
after your phone and then you're just fucked. Like that's
yeah,
it.
yeah. At least you could just do some TikTok dances or something in the bottom of the well, like for your last few moments. Like, oh, if you had no mobile data, then you're just screwed. Then aren't you? No signal.
Oh,
Then you're
that's
in it.
actually a good. That's a good. That sounds like a Joe Weller video,
Well, me and the
right? Doesn't
boys
it?
stuck in a
A
well.
haunted well.
A haunted well. Yeah. You
Yeah.
know, I'm gonna write that down somewhere. I'm gonna find a well and jump in it, and then just
He never actually gets to upload it because
because he's still
he's
in
just
there.
stuck
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
they
The
just
footage
find
is
it
found like hundreds of years
years
later.
down the line. Yeah, by like that's the last
By the
bit of
way,
humanity. That's the last bit.
does my
That's the
mic
last thing. Yeah, sorry, right.
does it sound alright, my mic?
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, because I
That
feel like I don't know why, but it's showing up in my from my end a little bit like too loud. But I guess it sounds fine, right?
yeah, it sounds fine to me. Yeah, like,
All right.
that'll be the last thing humanity sees. It's Joe Weller stuck in the bottom of a well.
Yeah, I mean I could imagine worse things, so
Yeah,
that's not too
there's
bad.
probably worse things. Like I
That's
can
not well.
imagine.
I feel like you've already fucked your chance of having Joe Weller on the podcast. You're gonna have to edit
Maybe,
this part out.
maybe, but I'm sure.
Yeah.
No, he'll. I bet he'd be fine with it. I bet he'd be like, yeah, that's a mint idea. That Jallum, thanks. I'm gonna go jump in this well and make this video now. Even like I don't know, like Theo Baker and that will go into this well because they went to the Amazon, didn't they, or something like recently, and then I don't know if they got
They
lost
went
or not, but
I watched the whole video and I'm just realizing now that I forgot everything, but I do remember it being a very good video.
yeah,
About going down a well is definitely an amazing idea because
yeah.
there are wells with stairs, not stairs, fucking ladders.
Ladders,
There
yeah.
are wells. Yeah, there'll be a big fucking well for it to have stairs. That wouldn't make sense. Oh, I guess you could have like rotative stairs, right?
Mate, if it was a big well, you could like.
It's got to be a massive well. That's
Yeah,
not even a well at
that's a
that point.
pit.
It's just a
That's a pit. Yeah,
yeah, it's just Earth's
that's
bumhole is what it is.
that's just like yeah, no. Yeah, we were on about
Snick.
that's the bit to heaven. Down that pit is the way to hell. That's where you're
You know
going.
what it is? It's actually it's not off-putting. It's just it's noticeable.
What
I feel like
the
you're gonna
solar
get.
flare? The
It looks like you're gonna get beamed up to a spaceship or something.
you know, I'm gonna get I wouldn't be surprised if I ever got probed in my life. Like it's
Probed, is that what they call it?
well, getting probed, like you know, like
Like,
I'm not gonna go. I'm
examined
not
by
gonna,
the aliens?
yeah, it's getting examined. And it's like,
Oh,
what is
like a
this?
prostate exam?
Yeah, mate, might be worth it, you know. Like, it might just, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's just, oh, this is awful. It's just like, yeah, I'm sorry, you have cancer. And it's like, oh shit, oh fuck, nah.
Like that would be the worst way, being told you have cancer by a
By
fucking
aliens as
alien
well, by alien, like
with his long green finger up your
finger,
ass.
just having a wiggle. It's, yeah, sorry, mate, can't do anything
Good
about it.
lord.
You're beyond the help of our medicine. I'm like, oh, shit. Better go down this well then, make the most out of it.
Was this part of the script? Were we
No,
supposed about
no,
getting probed by aliens?
no, definitely. I don't, to be honest, it was a very basic script, but I thought, you know what, like it's gonna go to shit. It might as well be. Might as well have some fun with it. Like to be honest, I think these are the more less
I'm not
structured
gonna lie.
but entertaining.
Here's the thing. I already have ADHD, right?
Yeah,
I think so. I've never been diagnosed for it, but I can barely keep attention, right? And this is just. I feel like I've already had like 2 coffees, so I feel like I'm on the verge of just having a seizure.
I don't think that helps either, does it? The fucking
No.
solar flare. Fuck. To be honest though, like
That would
Like,
be a funny ending to the podcast, though. If I just break into a seizure and you're like, "All right, guys, nice see you
that's
the next episode."
see this. I'm just curious. Have you had any interviews where you've been asked about probing and falling down wells and OnlyFans and solar flares and
I've never been interviewed. Well, besides the podcast that I mentioned earlier, it's just so fucking rude. I forgot the guy's name. It's actually, it's not even like.
yeah, yes.
No, I literally just forget everything.
Yeah.
I forget everything. But yeah, you're saying interviews as if I just do this shit daily.
No, but just like
Mm,
maybe conversations and like just any and I don't know what kind of conversations do you have with your friends, like getting probed and stuff? Because it's kind of a conversation I would maybe have with my friends. Like, what would you do if you got probed? And
I've definitely had a conversation about. No, no, I don't remember ever talking to my friends about getting fingered up the ass.
no, it's not the most.
That was never ever brought up.
Those are only conversations you can have with strangers. I think. Like, I think that's the only thing.
Yeah, and like like an elevator.
In an elevator, yeah, you know, like just
Can wait, actually, can you I've always thought it would be so awkward to come out of a doctor's office after a prostate exam and then talk about it to somebody on the elevator. Like, can
in the
you imagine?
hallway or something. Some other patient just like, yeah, damn, like it's just
Yeah.
it was horrendous. I'm dying soon, but like it's still quite funny. Like just making it the most awkward. Yeah, like what would the most awkward interaction be with another person? It would be in an elevator, I think, because if the elevator gets stuck as well and you're stuck in there, that's probably like one of the most.
No, I think if it's stuck, it sort of like derives. I'm just saying words that I've heard before. I haven't actually studied English, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But I think like the elevator being stuck is sort of like just it puts you into a panic of, oh shit, the elevator is stuck. So it sort of like throws away the awkwardness and
Distract
puts
the
you.
awkwardness. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it puts you in sort of like a survival instinct. But I feel like if it's a long elevator ride, then it's
Lots
a
of
lot
floors.
more
Yeah.
awkward because you
And
know you're not in danger or anything. It's just awkward as hell.
mm, I think maybe
I don't
like
know what.
maybe a taxi journey as well, but you get stuck in traffic. There's no rush. That would be like, and the taxi driver is just an absolute like wrong one. And he just sat there, you're stuck. You can't get out of the car because you're on the motorway, and you just kind of sat there in the back like,
I think it would be a lot more awkward from the taxi driver. Like if you were the taxi driver and the guy behind you is being awkward, I think that's much worse.
I don't know, because at least the taxi driver's getting paid, and like he's in the car, they're driving, so if they just go, no, you're pissing me off, I'm dropping you off somewhere. Make it so bad the taxi driver
What?
just drops you off somewhere else to get out.
Well, if you can do that, then you don't give a fuck. You're not really affected by awkwardness if you can just tell
No,
somebody to fuck off your
fuck up.
car.
Yeah, true. Like I don't know. It's like maybe get elevator, maybe a taxi. Is there any other situation where? Hmm.
I've had awkward conversations in like the bus. I don't really. Yeah,
At least in a
but it's
bush,
not. They're not.
at least in a bush, you could talk. There's like usually more people, so I guess you could like switch to someone else.
No, that's worse because the more people. It's like an audience. Like everybody's listening in.
If it's you're at the back of the bus and it's a conversation, and then like everyone turns around and it's like what? Like
No, no, it's not that. Like I'd just be like standing, right? I've had this so many times. I forget what exactly it was because it's not like anything shocking. It's just awkward as hell.
yeah,
And you can tell this conversation is so ass. It's not interesting, and everybody's listening to it because everybody's quiet. It's just the
yeah,
two of you that are talking, and you just feel it. You just feel the person next to you thinking, "What the fuck are these two talking? Can they?"
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just awkward as hell.
I guess your only like hope on public transportation is listening to music. Like that's kind of the only like hope.
Yeah, but that gives me anxiety. I'm just not a comfortable person because that gives me anxiety also. I'm like somebody's gonna be running, somebody's gonna jump me and I'm not
So
gonna
it's
hear
gonna
them.
tap, all you're gonna be hearing is a Barbie girl in your ear, just like I'm a Barbie, just getting absolutely battered. Like
Yeah, no, I feel like I'm just like I just need my senses present in
yeah,
public.
I can
Like if there was an asteroid about to strike the Earth, I need to hear it at least before
you
it
got to be able
does.
to dodge it like when it hits you.
I need to at least make an attempt. I don't want to be that guy that's just like this and he just evaporates into that. I need to at least do a fucking, you know what I mean?
I guess you kind of get
Before I
spawn.
die.
I guess you're kind of getting spawn camped a bit, aren't you? If like if you can't hear it, and you just stood there. You're basically just an NPC, aren't you? I guess. Like you're just gonna be stood
Yeah,
there.
because I don't want to. You know how like I don't know if you've looked into Hiroshima at all.
Yeah, like yeah,
But
the
like,
bombs and like
yeah, you'd find like people's shadows are still there because of the
yeah for the
radiation.
radiation. Yeah,
Like, I don't want my fucking shadow to just be.
just like stood there. You want to be doing
It's
something
just
cool. Like, what's the pose that you would do? Like, if your
no,
shadow
it's
was
not.
to be like,
It doesn't have to be cool. I just want them to like the National Geographic's 100 years from now. I just want them to look at my shadow and be like, well, at least that guy made an attempt
some
at
sort of
something.
yeah. There wasn't. Oh, it reminds me of that Pompeii, like to the volcano.
Who?
Pompeii, the volcano in Greece. Have you ever heard about that?
I think I have something
It's
about a cloud. Then people started getting
yeah.
cancer and stuff.
It was a volcano in in
Yeah,
Greece. Fuck's sake.
I
Yeah,
simplified it a bit, didn't I?
yeah, maybe a bit, yeah. Yeah, the
Yeah.
volcano erupted, I think, and then it was like the ash and stuff went down and basically just like caramelized everyone, I guess, like in the city. But then there was someone. There's this one picture. Not this one picture. This one skeleton, and it was like running away, and he was just outside of the radius of the explosion, but a rock hit him and crushed him. It's such a fucking L. It's just like, whoa, yeah, I'm out, and it just gets crushed, man. It's where your senses would have come in handy, like, oh, it's dodge it, but no, you got
You know what it
crushed.
is? You hear about those events, right? And it's obviously heartbreaking,
Yeah,
but like if you survive and you're a cannibal, that's the best day of your life.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
just you just walk outside. There's no police force. There's just cooked people all over the place.
if you're hungry, like, yeah, it's ideal, isn't it? Like a bit of barbecue.
No, I'm saying if you're a cannibal. I'm saying if you're
Oh,
a
oh
cannibal.
yeah, 100%. But like, it's like
If
they
you're
always say,
fucking Jeffrey Dahmer and everybody's just cooked
just everyone
in the
cooked.
neighborhood.
It's mint, isn't it? Like it's the best day of your life, isn't it? At that point. No, what was the other thing? It's like yeah, it's like saying like on the Titanic, when it sank, it was like the fish in the kitchen was the best day ever. Like they could just swim out,
Yeah,
but then everyone else is just it's just the worst time to be alive. But
it would sort of for a cannibal, it would sort of like be like a really fucked up version
imagine
of
if you had scuba gear, it'd be mint. Like if
what?
you were if you were a cannibal and you're on the Titanic, you had scuba gear. You'd be laughing, wouldn't you? Like get in, like you just cause you'd be the shark they'd all be worrying about, not all the other sharks.
Yeah, that would be such a like imagine the rescuers arrive and there's just this fucking guy that's been eating
Just
survivors.
massive. He's just like sat on this little. He's just sat on this little door. Like yeah, that's how I did it. But they could just be like, nah, they'll never know. They'll never know. They'll be like, there's like, I bet there's all sorts of like stories of people just being like, just going into the woods and just being eaten, and then no one will ever know.
What is that? What is that kid's movie? Something to do with a
What when they get
chocolate
eaten?
factory.
What Willy Wonka or
Willy
Charlie?
Wonka.
Charlie
I was gonna say I was gonna say walking outside and finding out that everybody in your entire neighborhood has been burnt or
to
sorry,
chocolate
cooked to perfection by
chocolate.
like a nuclear bomb. That would be like a really fucked up version of Willy Wonka's chocolate
I
factory.
thought you were gonna be like you just walk into the factory and then he's just like Willy Wonka's just feeding on the flesh of some child or something. Yeah, I was like, yeah, no, you're not wrong, but like yours is a bit more tame than mine. Everyone getting caramelized by a nuke or
What is the name of your podcast?
vibing with Jallum. This is like to the point where, yeah,
This is more impulsive than impulsive could ever dream
yeah,
of being.
it's definitely like, yeah, it's. I think these conversations hold a special place in my heart about just at least
I feel
people
like
are honest.
you should change the name of this podcast to Impulsive, and Impulsive should change its name to
To
Calm.
yeah, maybe like at least it's not. Yeah, maybe like just I'll just change the podcast to just absolute like headbanger or rage or something, and then just like maybe it'd be better if I was like absolutely. I don't really get high, but maybe it'd be better if I was high. Like it'd be even worse. But then you're picturing these
Yes,
things in your head, like you're actually
dude,
picturing
fuck it,
this.
just light up a joint right now, dude.
I'm sorry, like I think the best case scenario for me being on any podcast ever be Joe Rogan podcast. You'd just be baked, wouldn't you? You'd just be sat there like, yes, like you'd be on about monkeys and
I
stuff,
wouldn't.
wouldn't you? You'd be on about like gorillas and shit, and you'd just be there like, yeah, this is where I'm meant to be.
I wouldn't be able to handle it. I've never actually smoked
I've like to
anything
be fair,
really, let
I've
alone
like
weed.
yeah, to be fair, I haven't either, but I just feel like if you're on Joe Rogan's or Mike Tyson's podcast, you're just gonna like. I think at that point,
It's not because well, I just feel like it's much cheaper to just go to a cafe and just sit next to someone who's smoking weed
I guess, yeah, maybe. But it's it's kind of second rate, then, isn't it? I suppose. Like, it's someone else's. Yeah, like, yeah,
But like,
like,
who cares? You just sit next. I mean, if you want to be like if you want to be a cheapskate, that's like the much better route. You
yeah,
just sit next to somebody who's smoking weed.
I guess it's efficient. Like, I guess you're not exactly wrong, but like,
That's what I do. I can't like once I do it, I can't show my face at that cafe ever again.
yeah, because you just kind of sat there like, how would you do it? Would you sit in the? Would you be like? Would you just sit right behind them and just sit there and be like, just like that, or
E-
would you just kind of just try and absorb it like a plant, like photosynthesis? Just sit there, like,
Yeah, at some point that gets me in trouble. So I'll do it to like a couple of people, and then it starts getting noticed. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
yeah,
Every time I
as
breathe
long
out, this guy just leans in like a fucking.
as long as you don't like, you just sit right next to him. Doesn't even clue who you are. You just sat there, and you just as
No,
soon
I
as he
don't sit
breathes out,
next to it.
yeah.
I actually sit like I have like a table between us, and then once I notice that they're about to breathe out, I just fucking sprint
Just
over
run over
there,
and
and I just
inhale it, and then run back.
I
Just cut out the
just go back
middleman
to
and
my seat.
just cut out the middleman. Just sit right next to him. Just like sit there waiting for him to breathe out, and just be like, just
Is that
straight
all
away.
right if you breathe into my nose?
Yeah, just
I
yeah,
just asked.
just, just
You just
ask
have to be
nicely.
upfront about it. You just have to ask politely. Is that okay if you just breathe into my nose?
They might be at the point where they don't care. Depends how like
If you ask 1,000 people, somebody's
someone
not gonna
will,
decline.
someone
Yeah.
will, but then that one person's probably more dangerous than you or I, to be honest.
Somebody will not decline, but they're gonna ask you, can it be your mouth instead of your
Yeah, it'd be something
nose?
like
There's always like a weird meme culture with random cities across the world. It used to be Birmingham. Now all the talk is
yeah,
about Ohio.
Ohio, yeah, Ohio.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of it is like
Ohio's a state.
like Florida man as well, like people from Florida,
Yeah,
and
I
then
think
like
Florida was the original state that
yeah,
everybody made fun of.
because it was like oh, there still is because it's like Florida man like fighting alligators and shit like that. Like you just I still see, but it's like Ohio man. It's what this is. There's like I think Ohio's become like a big thing because there's a song, isn't there? Is there a song with it? Down in Ohio,
Uh,
something like that, isn't it?
Jake Paul came out of it, didn't he?
Yeah,
That's where he's from.
and then it's also like, have you heard about that Ohio final boss?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's from Ohio, so I'm guessing it's all like he's the he's the progenitor. I'm guessing like he's the one that
But
started.
it's just a meme that's applicable to everything. Like I get comments saying Alex Wasabi from Ohio.
Yeah, like yeah, I don't know. It's like it's yeah, Ohio. I guess is more a diverse thing than Florida because like I think Ohio, you could say someone people from Ohio you don't know they're from Ohio. Like you maybe not think Jake and Logan might be. I think they're from Ohio anyway. But like
They're both from there,
yeah,
yeah.
from Ohio. But then like a Florida man, like it's very obvious that they're from Florida because like they're just fighting alligators and shit. Like it's really obvious what they're doing. And like, but then Ohio people are more like, don't know. They can get normal people in Ohio, I guess. But I guess Florida's just like the Birmingham of the US. I guess.
Is it? I think it's just southern
I think it's
area.
like
Well,
they get alligators and like snakes and that all over the place. And like, what I know one thing's for sure though. I saw this meme the other day, and it was like Florida people are just like no Russians are just Florida people that expanded their skill tree, and then they're like just more like in the winter edition, like riding bears and shit instead of like alligators and shit. Which I can see that.
this is just like a meme that's being it's also like other states as well. Here's one that I just sent you, by the way.
Yeah, I'm looking at
God, it's just what the fuck is going on in Texas.
what is going on in Texas? Like,
It's all of them. It's all of them.
oh, is this
But
that thing where
the
is this that thing where like that thing's like falling down
I
or
think it
not?
is, yeah.
Yeah, was it like that?
Is
Like, is it like Bigfoot or is it something else falling down that hill or something? What the fuck is going on in Texas?
I love the man. Man, what the fuck going on in Texas, Ohio,
Man,
man?
man of Ohio. No, Ohio's just weird. I reckon like the back rooms are in Ohio. Like I reckon so.
There's I just want to go there at this point. It's
The back
probably just
rooms of
fine.
Ohio.
I've seen it's just I don't know if I mean obviously it's a big state, but I've seen like some pictures of like the suburbs over there. It's just fucking beautiful, man.
Yeah, I think there's been another meme. I know it's not a meme, but they've treated it as a meme. It's like when people visit Ohio and it's absolutely normal, and it's just like, what the fuck? It's just like, it's like
Some
that area.
moron tourists going actually expecting to see dinosaurs and stuff.
Yeah, it's just like, wow, where is it all? It's just like there's nothing there. It's like shit. It's like Area 51, isn't it? Remember when they all like raided it? That was like a
They didn't
goal.
really.
No, they just ran at it, didn't they? And then they were it wasn't even they placed even Area 51. Like it's probably like an Area 52 is where it's all at. They just say Area 51 because it's just
You
spicy.
know what's weird about Area 51 is that you'd think there'd be enough crackheads that have jack shit to lose that would just go there and try
I
to go
reckon
in.
I reckon you could like summon an army of misfits and just idiots that would be able to just raise an army and they all like Naruto run out. It just depends how many bullets the Area 51 has, I guess. How many to see if you can overrun it, I guess. But what world was he in?
Uh,
Like just like
no,
piled up against the walls and stuff.
they've got bombs though. That's the issue.
Yeah, but like it depends, I guess, because I don't even get Area 51's where all this stuff is. Like, it's just somewhere else. They just say Area 51 because it's just like it just is. It's just a thing, I guess. It's just like you're not gonna like be like, yeah, this is where all the good stuff is, and tell everyone. Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what's disappointing is that I remember I don't know why you just fucking watch like a shitload of documentaries about this stuff, but I found out that apparently the entrance to Area 51 where everybody was sitting and like filming like the raid,
yeah,
apparently it's like another like 3 kilometers from there.
yeah.
That's where Area
it'd be like
51
a big
is.
site. It'd be like a massive site. Like,
Yeah, so there's like
I
a
bet it's just
big climb.
military. I bet it's just military, and that's it. Like, there's nothing else that interesting there. Like, there's no like, there's people who are going there. Like, there's lots of nerds that went there. Like, this sounds really awful. I'm saying that. Loads like people like geeks and stuff went there. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get an anime body pillow that's real. It breathes. You know what I mean? And like, shit, you know, shit that actually exists. Actually, like, is an entity. Or like they're gonna free the aliens at Area 51 and become bros and stuff. Maybe the guys that wanted to probe me at Area 51.
But there's got to be some shit there going on. I mean,
I reckon it's more just
you know.
military than like they'll be if there's aliens or somewhere else. They're in Area 52 or something like somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, I think the aliens, I feel like, why would they? Does it make sense for them to hide? What's the
No,
point?
I feel like if aliens exist, they're nowhere near us. Like, and they're just not even like they're like similar to us, I think, in that sense. Or if there is alien life, it's like bacteria or something like that. It's nothing even interesting. Like it'd just be like the shit you find at the bottom of your prime bottle. Like, you know what I mean? Shit like that.
Would you would you would you breed with an alien?
Would you? That's the question. It depends on the alien, doesn't it? Like, if it's Chewbacca, I'm not going anywhere near it. But then if it's like, I don't know.
Wait, I don't know what Chewbacca looks like. Let me just look. I haven't
Wait,
watched Star Wars. I know it's
oh,
from Star Wars, but I haven't
yeah, yeah,
watched it.
yeah. Oh, yeah, no. If it's if it's Chewbacca, it's not happening.
I mean,
It's like at that point,
n-
it's just an animal, isn't it? At that point, like
it is like a.
a
It's
big
like a.
dog bear
You know
thing.
those sniper? Yeah, it's not. You know those sniper outfits that they wear to hide in
A ghillie
like
suit.
camouflage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty much a dog. Yeah,
No,
fair
it
enough.
isn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no,
disgusting.
it's no, no. I don't know. Like, well, go on then. You need to elaborate. Would you?
Well, here's the thing. I'm imagining an alien as just like a green chick. Like that's what's going through my head. It's just
Yeah,
a green woman.
it just depends,
But
though, doesn't it?
that's
Like,
that's probably not the case. It probably has like 6 legs.
yeah, like, yeah,
Actually, no.
it just depends, I guess. They'll probably like
But here's the thing. I'm not saying.
they'll harvest your
I'm,
genetic material or something anyway. Like, so it's either
but
you get it on or they force on they just take your blood or something.
I'm not saying I would, but somebody would. I just
It
it's
it
100%.
depends on doesn't it? Like if they've got a ray gun pointed at you and like clap cheeks, it's like, well, soz. This has gotta be it's gotta be done on it. If it's like it's the world will blow up, but it's like if Chewbacca's there, like clap my cheeks, or you die, or the world dies. I'm like, sorry, world. See you later. But like, I guess it depends on the alien. I guess there'll be some people that would well, like, do you know what Cthulhu is Cthulhu, like that big like
What about? about ET?
ET.
Yeah.
ET is probably the one that would probably probe you. Like
Oh, with
with
this,
his
yeah.
finger, yeah. Like I don't know, probably not, but I reckon ET could get a bit down and dirty. To be fair, I reckon he's a bit of a player. Down where he's from.
How is ET not a fucking like this is just so perverted, I feel like, right? Like,
That when was it made though? It was years ago, wasn't it? It was made like ET.
oh, it's old. I was definitely, yeah, I definitely wasn't born.
We just need to
But it's
like.
just it's the
It's,
creepiest shit ever.
do you know what skinwalkers are? Like Wendigos and stuff.
What?
Do you know what a skinwalker is?
A skin worker, like a
Walker.
skin
Walker. Do you know what that is?
skinwalker.
Yeah,
That sounds like a
and
it sounds like
Wendigos.
a slang for prostitute.
No, it's right. Right. Look up skinwalker. It's nothing like horrendous.
I was thinking of Nightwalker.
No, it's like they're like these like cryptid things like that live in the woods and they like shapeshift and like into like animals and people and they come and get you. Like it's like just weird shit like that. No, I'm gonna go at
Oh
some point.
shit.
They're in like if you looked it up now, they're like yeah, like these weird like it's like
I
kind of
just
like
found
cryptid
one.
things. Like cryptid things like Bigfoot and stuff. It's like shit like that. Have you ever heard of
There's one
Until Dawn, the game?
the game?
Yeah, Until Dawn.
Yeah,
That
I've heard of it.
Wendigos are what those creatures are in that, basically.
They kind of look like Pineda.
That's fucking insane. They kind of look like Pineda.
I swear to God, one of them does. Wait, let me send you a picture of it and
Yes,
show it
yeah.
on the podcast so
I
people
will.
see.
I'll have to get it up. But like, bro, that's a violation. There.
Tell
For
me that
fuck's
doesn't.
sake. Yeah, no, but it's like
Does it not look like he's just crawling towards you, just yelling, "I'm ready"?
vamos, vamos. Fucking hell. Oh, fuck's sake. No, I want to go skinwalker hunting. Cause I live on like in a farm, and there's a massive wood near my house. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go in there and throw some hands with some skinwalkers and stuff, and they won't stand a chance.
I think you're talking out of your ass. I don't think you'd be brave enough to do
I'll
it.
do it. I just need someone to come with me to film it, because I can't be asked filming it by hand.
See, here's the thing. You're gonna, you're being smart, but you know that anybody that you approach,
They will never want to go like skinwalker hunting. No.
there's nobody that's gonna be like, yeah, great, let's do that.
Yeah, no.
Let's
It's
do it.
like, they need to be just as insane as I am to do it, though. It's like people online that live nowhere near me. It's like, yeah, I'll do it, and it's like, no, you wouldn't. Don't lie. Like, you definitely. I just need to just get one of my mates that just doesn't give a fuck, and then we'll just go, and then it'll just be like, what the fuck?
It has to be somebody you grew up with. You
Yeah,
know
but
why?
yeah, why? Well, so they're not a skinwalker. So I can ask them, are you a skinwalker? And then ask them something if they
No,
are.
no. The reason why it has to be a relative, a sibling, or just anybody that's related to you that you grew up with. Is because even from one of your mates, like something about being approached and asked to go to the woods because
True,
a
true.
vlog.
You're not wrong. No, it's not like I'm going and asking people, do you want to come to the woods with me?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, obviously not. But yeah, no. But it's just a lot of my mates are just like, nah.
I'm
I'm
gonna
only,
bring my bag. It definitely doesn't have a knife in it.
I've got some weapons in here. Like, they're definitely for the skinwalkers. Like, don't you worry.
This is just lighting equipment. It's not a
Yeah,
sword.
yeah.
It's fine.
I've got a napkin. This is for the food that we're gonna forage for. Like, it's just. No, it's one of those things. At this point, I think I'm just have to go on my own. But I'm gonna get jumped by a bunch of skinwalkers. Like, I'm just gonna be able to like fight them all for myself. But the thing is, I can't record myself fighting them if I'm holding the camera. So, you know,
They don't look like they can do much
if there's
damage,
loads
to
of
be
them though,
honest.
if there are loads of them, they could nibble on my ankles and stuff, and it could hurt. You get like rabies or something from them or something. You get something.
Oh, that's true actually. What if you give them rape?
I could get them. Kick it out and bite the skinwalker. Eat that. I'll just give them all sorts of diseases. Like, yeah, no, yeah.
Can you Oh god, I'm just scrolling through these pictures of skinwalkers and something showed up, man. That's just I'm not sleeping tonight. The
They're
thigh
meant to,
gap though. God damn.
Wendigos are meant to be cannibals. Like that's what I think Wendigos is a curse, but like yeah, Wendigos.
Wait,
I think
what are you saying right now? What do you mean Wendigos?
Wendigos. The stuff it's like Wendigos and Skinwalkers are different, are like similar but different. Look up Wendigo.
Oh.
Like put in WIN like wind, IGO. They're the stuff from
Wendigo.
yeah, they're like actual like it's like folklore in America and stuff. There won't be any. There
So
won't be.
this is somebody fucked a goat, and this is what came out.
I think so. I think it's more so because I think what it is. I think the history. I think it's if you're a cannibal, like some sort of evil spirit possesses you and it turns you into one of them. I think skinwalkers are something different.
Oh,
Skinwalkers are something different. I think like they're more like Bigfoot and stuff. I'm not going to find any Wendigos in my wood because I'm not in America. I think Wendigos are more of a American thing. But skinwalkers are more of a fucking everywhere.
the one that I
Skin
sent you, by the way, apparently it's called a rake.
a rake. I don't know. It's something. It's something
That's
similar to that.
no, but I guess this specific breed that I sent you is literally just called rake.
Yeah, imagine like you're going in there and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna fight this Wendigo, and it's a rake. And it's just like I didn't prepare for that breed. Oh, fuck. They're just
Like
suddenly
imagine,
appearing
imagine,
along.
imagine this guy crawling at you like in the middle of the night in the woods, and you just look straight at it, and you're like, "The fuck you looking at? You can't you just like
Just
chase
boot the shit
after
out
it?"
of it. We'll just boot it, and just like chase it, grab by his legs and drag it back and just start beating it up. It's just like what the fuck? Yeah, that's the thing is though. It's weird though because like skinwalkers, I think are meant to be tricky. I think Wendigos just go for you. I think they like follow you around and stuff and stalk you. But I think
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. If it's a wild animal, right, and you know you're not gonna be able to outrun it, you might as well just
run
try and
at it.
intimidate it.
Just run at it. Just
Yeah.
just run towards it. No, I think Wendigos are meant to be like they'll stalk you and stuff. But Skinwalkers are meant to like they're meant to trick you. Like they'll turn into like a person and then call for help. And then so basically, if there's a granny in the woods and she's like, help me," I'm booting the granny because it could be a skinwalker. So if that granny's in the woods and she's hurt herself, that's her own fucking fault. Why the fuck are
I'd
you in the
boot the
woods?
granny just because she's a granny.
Yeah, well, it could be a skinwalker. If you're in the woods, why the hell would a granny be in the woods? Like
That's
in
a
the middle
good
of the night.
point. That's a
Like
good point. Yeah.
it's her own fault. Like I'm grabbing the walking stick and like banging her over the head with it. Like you know,
Or you
same
could
with like
just go away. Yeah.
you could just leave it. Yeah, but then you you just don't. Yeah, but I don't want the skinwalker behind me. Then you got to go towards it. You got to run towards your fears. I don't know. We need maybe going 100 mph about skinwalkers and getting flashbanged and wells was what we needed for this
We
for this
talked a lot
podcast.
about that.
We did, didn't
God
we?
damn.
I like how
Mm.
everyone's probably tuning into it's like, oh, what's his opinion on like KSI and stuff. It's like, no, you're here for talking about skinwalkers falling down wells and shit. And no, I wouldn't have it any other way. I think it's just it's just been funny to be fair. I've enjoyed it.
You don't want to make it predictable.
No, you can't be, especially
Yeah.
unpredictable. But I'm curious. There's like two questions I'm going to ask you, and it's about the scene of it. Right? Do you actually think who do you think wins out of KSI, Jake?
Right now,
You can say right now, but then you could also say who you think will actually win overall.
I'm not even dick riding, bro. I think JJ's gonna win it. Like
Yeah,
I don't like I legit believe that. Only because I don't feel like JJ has like
quit in him.
natural skill.
I don't think that's quitting him though, either.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I feel like he just wants it so bad.
I can't imagine him losing though. You know what I mean? Like I can't
That's
imagine
the
him
thing.
losing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's same with Jake. It's like we'll know after Tommy. That's the thing.
I think
Yeah.
I th- I, th- I think it's gonna be an amazing fight. That's just what it is.
What Tommy Jake or KSI Jake?
No, KSI Jake,
Yeah, that
obviously.
I feel like Tommy and Jake's actually gonna be quite boring. You know, I've got a feeling.
Did I say Tommy and Jake? No, no, KSI and Jake.
Yeah. I think I just thought that because I brought them up. But yeah, I think that's gonna be so good. I think it's gonna be in Wembley. Do you reckon you're gonna come for that? Do you reckon you would travel for that one?
Maybe I do. I don't see them being enemies at all after the fight. It just doesn't make sense. There's not really anything that differentiates them from each other.
They're very
There's
similar in
sort of
lots of ways, aren't they?
I think they're similar. I think they're more similar than different.
Probably, but they're just
I do
but
believe that.
it's only big enough for one of them, innit?
I think
That's
at
what it
this
is.
point it's almost like a weird game of pretend. I'm not saying it's 100% pretending, but it is kind of that because you can go up to JJ and ask him what do you think of Jake, and he'll tell you, "Oh, he's a prick," ain't he? Right?
Yeah.
But you ask him why, there's not really anything that he can say.
He's just a prick. Like that's what he'll say. Yeah.
He's just a prick. I do believe that he probably doesn't like him. Like after you're done
When you've been
fighting with
punching each
somebody,
other, when you've been punching each other in the face, and you've got a
yeah,
definitive winner.
especially when there's no like base of hatred. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially when there's no like this is why I don't like him. It there's not there's no chance that there's still going to be enemies. That's my
Yeah.
prediction. That's what I know is going to
Well,
happen.
it's what happened with Logan, in it, I guess. But it's just not what happened with Weller, though. So it's one of those things where we've got two extremes, haven't we? The ones with he's in business with one of them, and he's still bickering with the other. So
Well, Jake is different than Joe. I feel like Jake
yeah,
is much smarter. You can tell.
yeah, maybe,
Jake looks ahead. That's what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
you can tell he's someone that looks ahead into the future and says, "This is what is better for the long term." And so, continuing beef with KSI after the fight is just literally the dumbest thing that he could do.
Especially if he
Doesn't make any
lost,
sense.
it would make him look worse. If he lost and was thinking afterwards, because let's be real, I don't think KSI's having a fight after Jake anyway. I think that's it. To be honest,
Well, if it was a really intense fight and it goes to decision, and then JJ wins by like,
split
a
decision.
split decision
Yeah,
again, I feel like they can definitely there could have been a rematch of KSI and Logan Paul.
there will be. I think there will be a rematch between KSI and Jake in a contract for both of them. Because like for the KSI, no, for Jake versus Tommy, Jake can get a rematch, but Tommy can't. If
Mm.
Tommy loses, he can't get a rematch. But then if Jake wins, Jake gets a rematch. But then they'll both have that in. So they'll both have a fight. So everyone's been like waiting for years for this fight, and they'll probably have two minimum, like max three maybe, because you might have one win then the other win, and then they might have another one. But then with Jake and not Jake, Logan and KSI, it was a draw, and then it was a win. So it was like, yeah, it was a neutral, then it was a one, if that makes sense. So it wasn't like
It's kind of crazy looking back that it wasn't that a rematch never happened. Because that's like the perfect scenario for a rematch. Like there's so much intense build
yeah,
up. Nobody got knocked out. Nobody clearly lost or won.
yeah, it was very close.
So they could have definitely made it happen. But I
I think
think
I
I
think he
think
just wanted
JJ
to
was just
just wanted
not
to move
interested.
on. Just wanted to move on. I think if that point,
Yeah.
if you feel like, because let's be real, they both feel like they beat each other in the first fight, but then it was a
Mm.
draw, and then KSI won in that one. You're gonna want to go and move on, aren't you? Because he wanted to fight Jake, didn't he? Or like after that, but then obviously just didn't go as planned. Then he wants to do his music and stuff. You don't want to like focus on boxing him again when he's got that win now. He's like, haha, that's it now. You know what I mean?
I think it was just a case of Logan Paul being smart and looking ahead and thinking like, what's the point of another match? Let's just
I think
let
I think he would have taken it
everything.
though. I think didn't it, I swear in the ring they were like, "Are you down for a rematch?" In case I went, "Nope." Nah, not
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Well, I wouldn't be up for it either. I mean, like JJ, like imagine the amount of pressure, like having like all of the Sidemen shit, all of the Sidemen projects, right? Having to like pay attention to that, and also the music, and also the YouTube channel. It's just
Too
you know,
much. It's too much for
yeah,
one
too
person.
much for like to prepare for another boxing match. So
As well as like all your like music and stuff. Like
yeah,
it's one of those things where like I want KSI to win. It's very 50-50. It just depends on like it depends on KSI fight is against Fournier and how Jake is against Tommy. It just depends on how they both fight. However, it's like I'm rooting for KSI. I think KSI's going to do it, but it's not going to be easy, obviously. But it's a weird one. I feel like the first fight will be in Wembley, and the second one will be in like the US or something. That's what they'll do.
that's
Get
gonna
the
be an expensive seat, man.
yeah.
It's gonna be very expensive.
That's the thing. Yeah,
It's like the
I'm gonna
cheapest one is probably gonna be like at least 1K. Sorry, 100 pounds, right?
at least yeah. Like
Yeah.
for that it will be in Wembley. Yeah, they'll do. They'll. I just don't like the fact they're doing it in winter. 'Cause it's open top Wembley, so it's gonna be freezing.
Yeah, the winter's not. It's gotta be. Was KSI versus Logan the second? Was the rematch? Was it winter or summer?
I don't think it mattered. I think it was inside though, wasn't it? Was it not?
Yeah, it was inside. It was inside. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was
No, it
summer,
was. I think it was in November.
maybe. But
Well,
it's
yeah, I
either
don't think.
way. It wasn't open top though, so it wouldn't have mattered too much.
I think when Logan's appeal got rejected, I think at that point he was planning for Prime. I really do that. I really do
Mm.
think that he had the idea then, and he just thought like it would be so much more worth it to just kill the beef
Yeah.
and slowly build a friendship and move on to this entirely new
Well,
brand.
he has a big following in the US, and then he just needed someone from the UK side to do that.
Yeah,
Like the only way he could have done it is if he like another way is if he got like that's big in the UK and then kind of in Europe. To be fair, so say if you got someone from like Asia, like another influencer from Asia, which I don't know many, like in my like I just don't know, and there's obviously a language barrier then probably. So if you had like, because like there's like people from like Mexico and stuff like influencers and that, but you never hear of them, but they've got massive followings. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
millions and millions because it's just the language barriers because you don't watch them, so you don't know of them. So like KSI makes sense because there's history there and he's already got some sort of relation with him because obviously they fought and they have communication.
It's such a smart thing to do, but it really is.